G'day legends, I hope you're all fantastic. I want to show you my little mobile studio setup that I've been working out of for the last month. I'm currently in Sydney playing with Bernie Dieter's club Cabaret. I'm going to be here for another month, and if I couldn't play guitar during the day, I would absolutely lose my mind. So I want to show you the setup that I'm using just here in my hotel room. Not a whole lot going on, but thanks to the wonders of modern technology and maybe some not so modern technology, I'm able to make a whole bunch of noise in here and get some really enjoyable guitar sounds. So, the hub of any mobile creative studio is of course probably going to be some kind of laptop. This is an M1 Pro, indeed. 16 gigs of RAM on there. You can see that it's currently running FM3 Edit. Tried and true FM3. I've got some K&K Shields on there, which I've found to be absolutely fantastic. Just ignore my clicky knees as I kneel down here. So these are, I forget what the actual polymer is, but it's not Perspex. I've found them really, really good. I used these on the recent Yngwie Malmsteen tour that we did with Ragdoll. I've got them on my FM9. I am using the FM9 for the actual gig here, but the FM3 came with me because for sitting around making a bunch of guitar noises and recording, it is absolutely perfect. Really compact, which I like, and the way I'm running this, there's kind of a bit of a spider's web back here. You can see I have a USB cable going to my laptop, so I can use the editor, but I also have an SPDIF cable that is running to a cheap 10 DAC converter that I got from Amazon. I think it was maybe $15. That is converting the digital signal to LightPipe or Toslink, TOS-Link. That's going to my, I think there's a first generation Universal Audio Apollo Twin, and that's going via Thunderbolt. And of course, you need the Thunderbolt to USB-C converter to run this, a whole bunch of different adapters, but basically digital out of this to digital in on this. Extremely low latency, sounds fantastic. And I've got a pair of tried and true Audio-Technica, I think these are the ATH M50X headphones that I've had for probably coming up at least 5 years now. I'm not really using this to dial in any sounds. I would always recommend that people dial in their rig on the system they're going to use. That's what I've done with the FM9 for this gig, but I'm just used to the way these headphones sound. And they're pleasant. I kind of know what I'm working with there. They've been all over the country and all over the world with me. So if it ain't broke, don't fix it. One of the other very handy things is, I think I bought this from Bunnings here in Australia. This is just a power board, but as you can see, there are 3 USB slots on there and a USB-C slot, so I can charge a bunch of stuff. This cable here, which is currently disconnected, if I plug it in, that is powering the SPDIF to optical converter over there, and this is powering the Twin, this is powering the FM3. I have the laptop power supply over here, and for shooting videos where I need to record my voice, which I'm not doing at the moment, and this is just camera audio. I'm going to try some trickery in post to clean it up a little bit, so hopefully it's not sounding too terrible. Trusty Shure SM7B. I like to sit down from time to time when I play guitar. I found this on the side of the road. There was an apartment down the road that had just been sold. They threw all the furniture out. A stool, which is really, really comfortable to play guitar on. Way more comfortable than the chairs we've got here in the unit. And as you can see, I've moved the little desk side table over here so that I can actually sit down and work a little bit. There's a bunch of cabinets in here that I've got, like some of my clothing in. I don't think you all need to see my undies and the various lotions that I use to kind of try to stay svelte and keep all my hair fantastic. I'm neither svelte nor is my hair fantastic, but you get the idea. Most importantly is the guitar I've got here at the moment. So this is my 1979 Gibson ES335 TD. This recently got a refret and plec from Tim at Williams Guitars. Also had the wizard known as Charles Chillier fix up the input jack on this recently, which involved ripping out half of the harness. Charles is an absolute legend, did a great job with that. So I've played this on a bunch of the shows. I've just found for kind of kicking around here, I've really been enjoying having this guitar here. I have my PRS DGT and my Rubato Lassie for the show, and I shipped them over in this. This is actually an Enki dual bass case, also doubling up as a towel holder at the moment. So the 2 solid body guitars went in that, along with a bag containing all of my clothes, my spare pair of shoes. There's so much spare space in there that I can kind of put my entire life in that box and ship it safely. Then, you know, all the other stuff you need to kind of get around here. So just a pair of trainers for walking around and getting in the gym. The docks are very, very handy. Playing those, well, I'm not playing the shoes. I'm wearing the shoes while I'm playing the show. Backpack, absolutely essential. That's the hard case for the 335. Then I've got a gym bag and a nice kind of rainproof jacket, because as you can see, a little bit kind of miserable in Sydney at the moment. That's totally not the best shot, but yeah, basically it's often cold, it's often wet. That's why there's this little heater over here. I haven't used one of these for a long time, but it's doing the trick. Then, you know, why don't we do this? Let's move that. And we'll come through here because you're away for a long period of time. I really like to cook at home. I'm so happy that there's actually something resembling a functional kitchen in here. So down here, a couple of induction hot plates, a very, very, very good range hood, I must say. And then, you know, just a bunch of stuff over here. I bought my AeroPress with me. I've got some protein powder. I've got a shaker for the protein powder. Well, that's not a shaker, that's a bunch of onions. I would not be able to live without onions and peppers in my life. So, you know, dishwasher, which is a lifesaver over here. I can't underestimate how important these little things are when you're away from home. The all important, what does Leon like to snack on? If you've watched this far, you're probably ready to check out. So just a bunch of kind of standard stuff, you know. There's some pasta, there's some canned tuna in there, there's various types of crackers and snacks. Have a bunch of stuff in the fridge. Kind of did my meal prep. I've got, you know, yogurt and protein sources, as you might like to call them, in there. There's actually some fantastic local supermarkets around here, so it's very dark. Let's go back. Joe, who's playing bass on the show, is in this room over here, so I have to say Joe is a fantastic roommate, always down to hang, and we had a taco night the other night, which was very, very enjoyable, and, you know, we've had a lot of fun. Where am I going? What's this doing? Had a lot of fun just hanging outside of the show, which when you're away for this amount of time, being able to actually get on well with the people that you're going to be spending most of your life with while you're away is pretty important. So when I am being social, that's awesome. I do have to say, my wife got me a Theragun recently. Standing on stage for ages, you got a guitar on your shoulders, you go to the gym, you get kind of sore. So it's nice to be able to administer some type of, you know, massage while you're away, and it does make some funny noises. I mean, you hear that sound of me kind of going, ugh. Home away from home studio tour. I'd love to hear from all of you. What do you travel with when you're traveling for work or for pleasure? Do you take guitars with you? Do you take a small modeler? Do you like to try to take the maximalist rig and go full Yngwie Malmsteen and take everything you would have at home? I'm really curious to know what everybody's essentials are, but basically, if I can eat well, I can sleep well, and I can play a little bit of guitar, I'm probably not going to be too miserable. So that's all for today. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks to everybody who has continued to support the channel. Links to my Patreon and the music that I make in the video description. You are all absolute legends. I'll see you next time.